Shizo might want to pick up in this scenario.
Make some noise for yours truly.
Carry, Moscow, Bruno.
Yeah, the carry or the Bruno is indeed still there, but he,
Moscow is just the
how about you
easy
just-
answer, right?
Yeah, how about you show us the
Beatrix?
yeah, but again, you have to consider the laning because laning is an important factor too in how things are going to turn out eventually. Shizu, what is the pick? Oh, they go for
Irithel.
Irithel.
They went for the easy answers. All right,
Okay.
not bad. And like you mentioned, this is very similar to what we saw from AP Bren last game.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, from Falcons.
Falcons.
Last game.
Literally just changed up the lineup but added the global presence now for Flap TZ.
Oh, what does he pick up against this? There's a
Galoo?
might be a bit hard to pull off.
The Hilda.
Gatot is the, like, I guess, just
Gatot,
throw it there.
Yeah,
Just
the
for fun.
unbreakable too
Paquito's not bad, maybe.
to respond to the shortcuts. The Edith is there also.
Edith, there you go.
Yeah, although
Primal Wrath.
yeah, the Primal Wrath will be going into the hands of Top
The
Spirit.
falling stars
Wait.
brought us here.
I think.
What?
Hold on. Hold on.
All right.
The cool Uncle Rockhart called it.
It called.
He called it.
No, I mean, it just makes so much sense. But honestly, I have hesitations in calling that because it could get beaten up. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. But now we have it all settled and cleared up. It is gonna be the glue to complete the lineup of Falcons.
Welcome
heading into
to
this
Mobile
match
Legends.
against AP Bren, who again are currently on match point. So they'd have to win this game in order for them to potentially secure the series. But if not, AP Bren riding on that momentum, that'll be a huge statement if they take down the Falcons.
That's true.
After beating Omega yesterday, sets their eyes on Team Falcons. Wow, just wow.
Wow, just wow.
Yeah. Okay, looking at the emblems real quick. So Shizu on a very aggressive emblem combination, Quantum Charge, with the Fatal and Master Assassin as well. Oh my goodness.
very
but Gekko-
aggressive.
Early punish that can go for Team Falcon, but
Look at
Gekko
that.
was able to stay alive with one flicker. The flicker has been burnt though.
All right, that's a good effort from the early game here. But again, this is AP Bren who feel like they have everything put together. They're completely different AP Bren that we've been seeing for the past weeks.
Yeah, and this reminds me of how AP Bren did execute their early game for game number 1 too. Falcons just seem to return the favor, and now they're the ones who are playing a much more dictating pace
Yeah.
in the early game, really limiting the movements of AP Bren. Not until probably Kekedot really gets his hands on the ultimate. Falcons will remain in control of especially the river side.
Yeah, and I also like what I'm seeing with Blue. This time they're the aggressors controlling the mid lane once again. Earlier it was James Spank securing all turtles, but now they want to fight it out. The first man down is Kyle Teasy, and it looks like an uncontested turtle. One hit for AP Bren. The next target is open. Choskart with his own glorious pathway to bring down the master.
Very early aggression here. Oh, Flicker.
Hey.
Flap TZ. Was that Flap?
He has the
yeah,
stacks,
that was
he has the
Flap.
stacks.
He's trying to capture Kekedot!
Oh, but the shortcut is there.
Hey.
Shizu might just sacrifice Gekidot instead to go for the kill onto Flap TZ. That's a 3-1 swing for the Bees.
All right.
Oh, boy.
The way that first turtle fight happened was so interesting for AP Bren. Despite us mentioning countless times how Falcons was clearly in control, Jovskirt came from behind. He attacked Falcons from an angle they were unfamiliar and they weren't expecting him to, which was sort of a sandwich play coming in from AP Bren. And they were just very confident in James Pank's abilities to secure the objective. So that was a clear win once again for them.
What do you call someone who attacks from a very weird angle?
What?
What?
An angle breaker.
Wow.
Whoa!
First off, it was Brigida with a layup. Now Rockhart with an angle breaker.
Oh,
Angle.
Angle break.
Yes.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. If you can see Brigida right now.
You can only see her.
Yeah. and I like how, again, Chobskirt did play that. He got the glorious pathway away, from Ogwen, casted it early on, but this time he's rocking that diversion. So you have numerous potential points that AP Bren can use to go for Falcons unexpectedly.
Yeah, at least on the bright side, Falcons indeed have a lot of resources that can respond to whatever plays AP Bren will be doing later on. The presence of a Luyi, the diversion, the duality, and all that can also prove to be one of the biggest threats for AP Bren when they do decide to engage from the shortcut. But timings are indeed gonna matter. So long as AP Bren has that or are able to communicate well with one another regarding those timings, I don't think that'll be that big of a problem. But
That's Kegadot straight to downtown. He could cast that shortcut, but I don't think he's gonna go for it quite yet.
Oh, they send out a chip with a diversion. Falcons surrounding the turtle, just Chobskirt and Kegadot goes in with a flicker. Shortcut is there. Here comes Shizu, the silent kid once again. They're trying to target Kyle Teasy, but Kyle Teasy will secure the turtle. Now Kegadot trying to go for Falcons here. Shizu gets a kill onto Few. Dare might be in trouble here. Here comes Super Marco with the Salmon Force. Gonna bring down Dare. That's a 2-kill swing for Falcon.
Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere, AP Bren and Falcons are actually equal on gold from everything that's happening.
Chobskirt attempted to do the exact same play earlier, but wait, James Banks!
Electrifying beats onto the bullet. Pro might be able to take it down! Fortunately, there was one dash left for Super Marco.
He knows it.
What a way to survive that. It was clearly an almost kill for James Banks, but okay, looking at the items so far, Kyle Teasy slightly ahead of James Banks still. They were able to equalize everything out, especially as Falcons was able to secure the most recent turtle. But Shizu has been able to get a kill and an assist, which is something you'd have to watch out for. Shizu seems to be locked in. The way he was just so decisive in battling Few one-on-one earlier, despite everything that was happening in the skirmish. So you cannot be isolated against AP Bren. They're really playing around with angles, I must say.
Yeah, the moment that you think you're alone, something like this could happen, but this time it's Team Falcons to try and give space for Super Marco.
That's a lot of space, honestly. Super Marco, despite almost dying, is actually in a pretty good spot. He has a kill, he has a lot of gold. So, yeah, I feel like they're just going to keep doing this over and over again. And despite not having a big lead, they do have a lot of map control.
Yeah.
And the space created from that diversion might be worth it, because again, space created for Super Marco, and at the same time, right on time for the turtle, because now the third turtle has spawned.
Yeah, everything's still relatively equal for both sides. Kekedot already used the Y walk to make it in time for this upcoming objective, so let's see how they are going to pull this off.
Okay, they're getting started. Kekedot's on the back!
Kekedot makes a beeline. Kyle Teasy with the turtle. There might be in trouble here as he gets taken down by Super Marco. Shizu working on his back. Few has to flick around. Owen chasing right after the silent kid. A double kill coming in from Marco. Three bodies from the Bees are now down. Chobskirt might be the next target. One more hit, and Super Marco delivers once again.
A very super performance here for Falcons. They're heavily controlling the early game to the mid game now.
Yep, and it's time for AP Bren to change things up. They've been repeating the exact same approach for 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Falcons have been able to adapt to it. Let's check that instant replay to recall what happened exactly. There was a clear intention from Kekedot to just go for Few, and Shizu, after him being able to take down Few earlier in the most recent or the previous objective take, he tried and attempted to go for that exact same route. But this time, Falcons are aware of that, and so they group up together, they make sure that Few is well protected. And with the Brave Smite and all these tanky members alongside him, I bet he's able to survive any attempt similar to that.
Yeah, Falcons literally grew eyes in the back of their heads And now they want to go for more again. A diversion.
Hey.
Kekedot is surrounded. They're waiting for an opportunity to strike. Oakland leading the charge. Chomskirn has the ultimate of the Suyu. And now Falcons taking away the purple. But James Pax, did he get it though?
Oh, they're looking for it. And so far, I think this is the correct move. If you are
He
AP
got it.
Bren,
James Pax got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, still.
No. James Pangs, not James Pangs. Kyle TV
Kyle
got
TC.
it away from James Pangs.
all right, there you go.
Yeah.
A bit of a calm here before the storm, so we can kind of just chill and see what's the plan here for AP Bren. Because earlier that replay, it was very janky. It was so not sync.
Yeah.
That's a word. It's not sync.
But
Didn't
it's
feel
true.
their sync.
And it's true. It's lacking from AP Bren so far.
Kekedot even flickered for that shortcut.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It felt like they had the exact same idea too. Kekedot came from an angle similar to where Falcons were positioned.
Like this one.
Good stun from Ogwin. Not enough time for AP Bren to contest for the Lord. Here comes James Banks on the back with an electrifying beat. Tazy with a stun. A beautiful clap back from Team Falcons. The man with a million moves no longer here.
What is happening to AP Bren's attack? It's so delayed. It's either super delayed or super early. They're not timing their attacks correctly.
Yeah, one of the main factors was literally the stun from Ogwin because Kekedot had the proper angle to cast the shortcut, but with that delay, it was more than enough for Kyle TC to literally steal away the Lord from AP Bren with no contention.
Yeah,
Yep.
literally, they literally just walked after that.
Yeah.
And at this point, they're still probably waiting for a bit more items to come in for their damage dealers, specifically Shizo. And James Pangs has to be extra careful with the timings of his entries again, because Falcons have enough to actually disrupt him, prevent him from actually finding that perfect target, similar to how he was the recipient of that stun from the Blade Surge from Kyle TZ earlier. And that's just one of the many ways Falcons can actually stop him. So fortunately, they still have the Holy Shields, but Falcons will get so much with that Lord.
Okay, Lord taken care of already. Ogwin starts things off, paired up with Talent Force coming in from Super Marco. Kekedot is gone. Shizu might be next on the chopping block. Flap TC choking up the damage. Oh, James Bond finds an angle all the way to the bulletproof, takes him down. Diversion play to walk away. And a dodge from James Bond.
Wow.
Dashes out.
All right.
Oh my goodness, just when you thought he was gonna walk all the way there, he doesn't. And he
All
gets
right.
to find a way back.
It's really fun to watch,
Yeah.
but we have to keep our eyes on the prize. 5,000 goal lead for Falcons is no joke.
I thought Chip had the Y walk.
I thought so too.
It was with James Pax. Y walk. Just dash out, bro.
He just dashed in. Apparently, dashing is faster than walking. Right?
Actually.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yep.
Nice work once again from Uncle Rockhard, but Kekedot
Oh.
forced to
What?
use the flicker. There's going to be a diversion from Few in the rest of Falcons. All of a sudden, all of the single members of Falcons are here.
Just to be clear, that was rock hard, not
Yeah, that was me. That was me. That was not Brigada.
But I swear I could have screamed the
Okay.
same way if I were Kekedot.
Brigada, that's the only reaction if you got 5-man ganked
I
on your own.
know.
Just
So he also had to burn his flicker, but it was an inevitable pick up. Oh.
Ah!
Oh, this time Super Marco wants his revenge, and he will have it.
Damn!
A solo kill to James Pax on the bottom lane.
What a hit! What a hit!
Super Marco 2. Individually, Falcons.
Isn't it supposed to be assassins killing gold laners 1v1? What is happening here?
Oh, hold on.
Hey!
Of the shortcut. Oh! They burst it down to Teleport! No! Kekedot again left alone! No more Kekedot and James Pax for this Lord take! Team Falcons, the run and gun strategy is working, but this time they're using their swords from Kyle TZ.
That's one way to deal with a shortcut. Just destroy it in one burst.
Oh my goodness!
Oh no, they're gonna go for the diversion towards Shizu. Will they catch
That's just the only thing to do in that situation.
At the very edge of that.
I can't.
Oh my.
From a Faramis to a Luyi making clutch plays after clutch plays. There's a reason why Few is the most veteran player among everyone.
His game sense is definitely through the roof on that one. And all they need to do is just make a very calculated move, and this game could be over.
All inhibitor turrets are now taken down. Falcons not even waiting for the Lord anymore. AP Bren has 5 members. Went with a glorious pathway just to delay AP Bren. They're now awaiting for the Lord. Will they be able still to defend? flcn goes in with a split. Here comes Super Marco with his Zaman Force. An opening might be here for AP Bren. Super Marco quite low, has to back off. Chase backs.
What's happening?
Few as well has to walk away. Choke skirt in, but Ogun was there in flcn to dish out the damage, and they take care of the Lord without suffering any casualties.
Okay, commendable defense coming in from the Bees. That timing of the curtain call, that being able to land on Super Marco and another member of Falcons right when they were the recipient of the turret shots, did not allow for them to attempt to fully put an end to this game. Super Marco was forced to flicker away just to ensure that he will still survive. Unfortunately for Falcons, he did, but that was able to prevent the siege coming in from Falcons. So AP Bren, they're still hanging on, but Falcons might still want to go for it.
Keyword definitely there is survive, right? That's all they're doing right now. And as impressive as that is, will that be enough though, right? One more wave could actually really break this base.
Yeah.
Although on the bright side, Shizu's slowly catching up on items.
A pickoff would be ideal here for AP Bren, so Kekenot needs to find the perfect angle, especially if you already used the diversion. Remember, they want a chance to contest for the next
Yeah,
one.
and Shizu already picked up the Sea Halberd as well. You have to respect the sustain coming in, not just from flcn and Ogun, but Super Marco, when you find him in the Zaman Force, just generating all those shields which keep him alive and aggressive whenever there is a team fight. But for now, Falcons, they will play it safe and probably wait for the next objective. We're still 15 minutes into the game, which means that we're still waiting for that 3-minute interval still before the Lord spawns.
I wonder if Shizu and the rest of the gang here can be ready for the attack, because I'm 100% sure this is going to be a very, very solid attack here for Falcons.
Yeah, they might go for a Hail Mary play. Kekenot used the Y walk up top and tried to go for the shortcut to try and contest for this Lord. Slowly, the Bees are able to go outside the map and have vision over this Lord.
Okay, he won't use the Y walk just yet, maybe.
Okay.
Oh,
Kyle TZ already secured the Lord, but still Kekenot cuts the shortcut right away. They want to clap back, but Super Marco can pick up a kill onto Kekenot. Plus there, flcn next target is the Silent Kid, and now been silenced. Kyle TZ works on Chomskred also, and a full man wipeout. That is it. That is game for Team Falcons, and we will go to a game number 3.
This is what happens when you actually see the two of them together. Ingan, earlier, you know who, on the other side of the desk, she was on the break.
She was on the break.
And now she is
2-0.
casting.
When she was on the break,